get started today, find your blanket or two, however many you'd like, and place it under your seat. Sit towards the edge, and then find a comfortable seated position. If this still feels a little difficult, perhaps add another blanket underneath you to give yourself a bit more lift. This allows some opening in the hips. Once you've made yourself comfortable, place your hands on your knees and close your eyes. Start to slow down your breath and become more present on your mat. Allow the worries of the day, the stress that you may feel, to slide right off of your back, down your body, onto your mat and the floor. Allow the earth to take that burden for you. Notice where you're breathing. Is it in your chest? Can you breathe all the way down into your belly? Take full inhales and allow your exhales to spill out of your mouth. Through class, if your mind ever starts to wander, if thoughts of doubt, of naysaying, of stress or sadness come up, bring your attention back here, back into your breath, into this calm and peaceful place. Feel your sits bones firmly grounded on the floor. Feel the earth supporting you. Let's unite our breath. Exhale everything out. Now take a big, deep inhale. Breathe all the way down into your belly, all the way to the base of your spine. Open mouth release. Nice. Blink your eyes open. Now let's get started on waking up our feet. So we're going to do something that might seem a bit crazy, and I'm going to have us massage our own feet together. So take your right foot, however is comfortable for you, into your hands. Move carefully and with intention. If you feel any pinching or pain in your knees, perhaps bring your foot out a bit more. Now use your thumbs to gently massage the sole of your foot. Get every small bone, muscle, and crevice some attention. Don't feel rushed. Just take your time. Your feet are what take you through life. They're what you walk on, and they need some attention. It's okay. Move your fingers down into the heel of your foot and allow yourself the simple pleasure of a foot massage. Get into every single toe. And then place your fingers in between your toes to separate them out. When we wear shoes all day, our feet are constantly crammed. They're being squeezed in unnatural ways. So stretch out your toes and your joints. Perhaps roll them around. When you feel good on that side, carefully switch your feet out. Take the left foot into your hands. And then do the same thing. Use your thumbs and knead into your soles. I don't know if you noticed, but for me, I already feel the difference in my feet. My right foot feels a lot more awake. So we're just trying to bring more awareness into our feet. So throughout practice, you can really pay attention to the placement of your feet and what they feel like to be grounded on the earth. Move your fingers down through your arch and into the heel. And notice what part of your foot feels better. What part do you like to massage and get into? Maybe work that spot a little more. Get every single toe. And then place your fingers in between your toes, just like the other side, and give them a good stretch. Maybe press them back, forward, circles. Give your feet the release of being free and stretching. When you feel even, release your fingers, come back into your comfortable seat, and then extend your legs long. Flex your toes towards your face, and then point your feet. And just go like that a couple times, flex and point. So now we're moving our awareness a little bit higher into our ankles. And now make some circles with your feet. Go the other direction. And then we'll do only the right foot. The ankle is an amazing joint. It can go in, just like the wrist, complete circles. Find the rotation in its entirety. And then use your other foot, left foot. Continue to keep a steady, even breath. At times it's easy to hold it. And then we'll rotate other way. And then come back into center. All right, you can move your blanket aside for now. And then make your way onto all fours in a tabletop pose. Make sure that your joints are all stacked. So your hips are right over your knees, and then your shoulders are over your elbows, which are also over your wrists. Your fingers spread out wide, and your hands are about shoulder width apart. Bring your belly in, and then press into the earth, press into the ground to puff up through your shoulders. And we'll do a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, cow pose, let your belly drop and your chest come forward. Your tailbone points up. And then exhale, cat pose, round your spine, tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone. Puff up through your shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now on your own, continue this movement. Line it up with your breath and go at your own pace and your own rhythm. Get full spinal extension. If you want to add on movements, you can move your hips, your shoulders. Then meet back in a tabletop. Solid, strong tabletop. Core is tight. Extend your right leg straight out. Flex your toes towards the ground and roll your inner thigh up. Now, if this feels excessive, like it's too much, you can allow your toes to gently rest on your mat. Otherwise, allow your toes to lift up off the mat. Press into your palms, because sometimes it's easy to allow our chest to sink, but instead press into your hands. Flex your toes towards the ground. And feel your right leg begin to warm up. Whenever you need to, you can gently set your toes down. Completely okay. And now everyone bring your right knee back into tabletop. Even out your weight. Take one set, cat-cow. Inhale, cow pose, chest forward. Exhale, cat. Exaggerate your movements and then come back, solid, sturdy tabletop pose. Extend your left leg long. Toes on your mat at first, and then lift your leg up. Flex your toes towards the mat, roll your inner thigh up towards the ceiling, and make sure your hips are even with one another. It can be easy to let one hip sink or open it, but instead have them even. Core is still strong. Feel even weight underneath both of your palms. Keep your neck long, so you're looking out in front of your fingertips just slightly. If you need to, rest your leg. But if you've rested your leg, continue to activate it so you feel your quad still flexing. And then join us again when you feel ready. Steady breath. Last 2 and 1. Come back tabletop. Hips over knees. 1 round cat-cow on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Come back into tabletop, and from here we'll make our way up to standing. If you need to use the wall or a chair, that's all right. Carefully find your way up to stand. We'll come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure your feet are parallel and that they're right under your hips. So if you look down, they're similar to the number 11 or to 2 train tracks. Some of us will have a tendency to put our feet out or pigeon toe our toes in. Instead, make sure they're parallel and hip width distance. Now this is Tadasana, mountain pose. This is the foundation of many postures in yoga. And it's what we'll build from. So I really want to make sure that together we have it solid and firm. So close your eyes so we can really get into our bodies. We've just awoken our feet, so bring all of your attention into the soles of your feet. Lift up your toes, so the 4 corners of your feet, which is the pads and the heels, are firmly planted in the ground. And then gently fan your toes out and place them on the mat. Notice if you're leaning more on one side or the other, and then try to center your weight and your body so that your joints stack and your weight is right directly over your ankles. Now moving your attention up into your thighs, begin to engage your quads and roll your inner thighs back towards the back wall. Tuck your pelvis under to point your sits bones down towards your heels. And now engage your core. What that means is bring your belly button in towards your spine. Now roll your palms forward to face the front and activate your fingers. Allow your shoulders to relax down your back. Shoulders come away from your ears. And your chin is parallel to the mat. Now you're in Tadasana, mountain pose. You've set up a firm and solid foundation for the rest of your practice. It's from this solid foundation in your body that will build a foundation for your health. Open your eyes. Let's start some gentle movement. One breath to one move. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, palms come together, hands to heart center. And then hands come down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms come through center. And then all the way down. One more time, inhale. Palms meet. Exhale. Wonderful. Now, we're going to move on to our next posture, and it is going to be slightly strenuous on your quads. If you need to use a prop here, feel free to move next to a wall or to use a chair. Place your hands on your hips. We'll move into chair pose. Sit your hips back and sit into your heels. So your toes can be light, they can wiggle, because you have all your weight in your heels. Sit only as low as feels comfortable for you. And then hold for a moment and really feel your own inner strength and your own power, because you have got this. When you feel like you need to, gently press into the earth with your feet, feel the earth underneath you, and stand all the way up. Press through your feet and come back into Tadasana mountain pose. I'm going to do this from the side so you can see what it looks like from the side. We'll all meet in Tadasana. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, sit back into your chair. Weight is in your heels. Only as low as feels comfortable for you. Keep your neck long. Now, if you feel steady, you have the option to bring your hands to your heart center, palms to touch. What I want you to remember is to bring your belly in to support your low back. It's easy for us to want to point our butts out, but instead bring your core in tight. Now carefully press into the mat and lift yourself up with straight legs. One more time, inhale, and exhale, sit low. So we're really just feeling the mobility of our knees, building strength in our legs. And remember that wherever you're at today is okay. Continue to breathe. If you feel your leg is getting warm, that's all right. Send your breath into the muscles or the joints that feel the work. Take one last inhale. And exhale, press up through the ground and stand up Tadasana. Hands come down. Close your eyes, center yourself. Release that. Good. Now we'll move on to our third standing posture, which is going to be Warrior Two. To get into Warrior Two, take a wide stance. Spread your feet out. Take your feet as wide as your elbow creases. So your feet should be about in line with your elbow creases. Everyone will be different. Your stance might not look like mine. That's okay. Now, pivot your front toes, your right toes rather, out to the right. Take a look at your feet and find heel to arch alignment. Make sure your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. That means you might need to pivot your toes in slightly. So we're taking this rather slow just because I really want to make sure that your foundation, your feet, are in the right place as we move up into the posture. This not only keeps you safe, but keeps our awareness on the earth and in our foundation. So bring your hands to your hips, take an inhale, and on your exhale, bend your front knee. We want to make sure that your front knee is in line with your front ankle. So if you have to move your foot in any way, out or in, you can do so. And keep your right knee going over to the right. Avoid letting it come in toward your big toe, and instead press it over towards your little toe. Hands are on your hips, shoulders are over your hips. Hold here and breathe. If you need to, you can always straighten your front leg. That's okay. And then just join us again when you're ready. If you feel really steady, if you feel like you're ready to add a little more to this posture, I want you to put your arms out, extend your arms out, and send your gaze forward over your right fingertips. Come back to your breath. Feel the strength of your legs. You have got this. You are holding your own body, your own weight. You have a strong and solid foundation. Release the grip of your toes and allow your toes to rest softly on the mat. Take an inhale and lift up. Straighten your right leg. If your arms are out, place your hands on your hips and let your right leg rest. We're going to go through that posture back and forth a few times together with breath. So one breath to one movement. You can either extend your arms out or keep them at your hips, your choice. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your front knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, strengthen, press into the floor. And exhale, bend. Knee over ankle. Inhale, press into the ground, straighten. Last time, exhale and bend and hold. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs, hands come to your hips. Now pivot your right toes forward. And take a moment in center and feel the difference between your two legs. All right, now we'll even out our two sides by doing warrior 2 on the other side. So point your left toes to the left, and then take a look at your back foot and make sure the back of your foot, the pinky toe side edge, is parallel to the back of your mat. Ensure that you have heel to arch alignment. Place your hands on your hips, and make sure your hips are pointed straight forward. Now take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, bend your front knee. Your knee is right over your ankle. It's hinging over to the left. If you'd like, you can extend your arms out, or keep them at your hips if that feels like enough for you today. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, press into the earth and straighten your front leg. Good. We'll do it again. Inhale. And exhale, bend. Keep your core in strong and tight. Tuck your tail, point your tailbone down towards the earth. Continue your steady, even breathing. And notice the strength that you're building in your legs. the strength that will make up this really amazing, solid foundation on your healing journey. And extend your leg. Take a break. We'll flow through one breath to one movement. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale and bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, and hold for just a moment. And then we'll straighten and pivot your toes forward. Bend your knees and then bring your feet together. Find your Tadasana mountain pose. Feet are parallel. Close your eyes. Come back into your body. Now we've moved from our feet to our ankles and into the strong quads, building from the ground up. Feel the evenness in both legs, the weight in both feet. Open your eyes. Take a deep inhale and a relaxing exhale. Next, we'll go into a ragdoll pose, a little bit of a release for our legs after all that really hard work. So for a forward fold, place your hands once again on your hips. Create a soft bend in your knees. Hinge from your hips, keeping your core strong and leading with your chest. Slowly, carefully hinge forward. When you feel ready, you can place your hands on the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands on the mat. That could be a lot. Allow your belly to make contact with your legs. So here, this is not so much work for our legs or our foundation, but more of a release and really letting the lower back go. Allow your neck to be heavy. Shake your head side to side, yes and no. And now allow your arms to relax. You can grab for opposite elbows or just let them hang on the mat. Continue your steady breath. Notice if anything feels tight, anything feels sore. And what I want you to do is, as you breathe, bring awareness into that place. So you're literally sending the oxygen into those tight or sore areas of your body. Place your hands on the mat. And then bring your seat down to your heels. Carefully find a seat on the mat. And extend your legs out long. If here you'd like to have a blanket, get it now. You can place it underneath your seat. Place your hands to either side of your body. Your feet are out in line with your hips. Core in, staff pose. Sit up tall. And then flex your toes towards your face. And feel your legs begin to wake up again. We'll do the same thing that we did in the beginning of class. Point your toes forward. Feel the stretch on the tops of your feet and in your ankles. And then flex your toes back. And do that a few times. All the while sitting really tall. We're just allowing your legs a bit of a rest from all that standing. And giving your feet and ankles a little more attention. They're things that we tend to forget about in our day-to-day. Last little bit here. Then come into stillness. We'll do a gentle seated twist. Place your right hand to the outside of your left leg, and then your left hand comes behind you. And then gently twist from your low back, from your low spine, all the way up. Take an inhale and feel yourself growing through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, twist. Continue to sit tall. It's easy for us as we get tired to want to sink here, but instead, lift up. Feel your sits bones ground into the blanket. Take a deep inhale and release, exhale. Come back into center. Other side. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Left hand outside of your right leg, right hand behind you. Keep your neck neutral. There's no need to crank it all the way over your right shoulder today. Just keep it neutral and feel the gentle twist beginning in your low spine. Shoulders down away from your ears, belly in. Breathe down into your sits bones. And as you exhale, find slightly deeper twist. One last inhale. And come back to center, exhale. Nice. Give your legs a little shake. Release all the tension that may have built up in trying to build that strength. And then we'll move the blanket out from under you. Find your way onto your back, slowly and carefully. And then bring your knees into your chest. Bend your knees and hug them into your chest. Now roll side to side. You can make circles on your spine. Give yourself a good solid squeeze. And I want you to imagine it's like you're squeezing someone you love. Because you should love yourself first and foremost. So hug yourself, maybe smile. Take an inhale. And exhale, extend your legs out, arms come to your sides for Shavasana, corpse pose. It's important that you're as comfortable as possible in Shavasana. So if you need something underneath your knees, feel free to do that. If you have a blanket, what you can do is fold it lengthwise, like this, and place it underneath your knees. Carefully come back down. Walk your shoulders underneath you, palms face up, toes flop out. And every single muscle from your baby toe to the crown of your head relaxes. Keep your eyes closed. And just breathe. Allow your entire body to be supported by the ground and the earth and by your mat. Feel the heaviness of your body against the floor and allow yourself to give way to it. Today, You have created a healthy foundation in which to create a healthy life. Although the stresses that you deal with every day will still be there, it is through practicing building this strong foundation that you'll be able to face them with a different approach and a strong foundation. It is safe for you to enjoy your life now, to enjoy life just as it is, because you are perfect just as you are. Either aloud or in your head, say to yourself, I accept myself as I am. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today and taking this time to just allow yourself to be. I'd love to share a quote from a book with you as closing. We deny the power of weakness to hold us back, be it the weakness of the world or the weakness of our own past. We are on to better things, such as owning our beauty and honoring the courage it has taken us to get here, and claiming our natural power to heal and to be healed. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to. But if you feel ready to be guided out, slowly make your way onto your right side. Using your left hand, carefully press your way up to a seat. Keep your eyes closed and find your sits bones. Place your hands on your knees. And we'll close with a united breath. Release everything out. Take an inhale, fill up. And then open your mouth, let it go. Sigh. I invite you to place your palms together, your hands come to heart center. And if you'd like, you can place your thumbs to your third eye. That's right in between your eyebrows. The student and the teacher that lies within me honors and recognizes that same student and teacher that is in you. Namaste. Good work today. Thank you so much for coming to practice putting yourself first. It's such an important part of your healing process. I do have some homework for you between now and our next time together. Anytime today, go outside. Go outside with bare feet and feel the actual earth underneath your feet. Feel the rocks and the dirt and the grass and make contact. Just walk around barefoot like we're meant to. And notice what that feels like. And then when you get a chance, take a few moments and journal what went on for you during practice or during your walk. Doesn't have to be anything enlightening or life-changing, just any feelings or thoughts, doubts or hopes that went through your mind. Maybe it was just what posture was the most difficult, or the easiest. I can't wait to see you for your next practice. Have a great day.